Varieties of Faith, 𝕾𝖈 Elves. Varieties of Faith in Tamriel, 𝕾𝖈 Elves, by Brother 𝕾𝖈𝖎𝑑𝖑𝖘 of the Imperial College. The Eight. Though few Altmer outside the Empire accept the limitations of the Divines to 8. Auriel, king of the Altmer, the elven Akatosh, is Auriel. Auriel is the soul of Anuiel, who in turn is the soul of Anu, the Everything. He is the chief of most Altmeri pantheons. Most Altmeri and Bossmeri claim direct descent from Auriel. In his only known moment of weakness, he agreed to take his part in the creation of the mortal plane, that act which forever sundered the Elves from the spirit worlds of eternity. To make up for it, Auriel led the original Altmer against the armies of Lorkhan in mythic times, vanquishing that tyrant and establishing the first kingdoms of the Altmer, Altmora and Old Elnofey. He then ascended to heaven in full observance of his followers so that they might learn the steps needed to escape the mortal plane. Magnus, or Magus, the god of sorcery, Magnus withdrew from the creation of the world at the last second, though it cost him dearly. What is left of him on the world is felt and controlled by mortals as magic. One story says that while the idea was thought up by Lorkhan, it was Magnus who created the schematics and diagrams needed to construct the mortal plane. He is sometimes represented by an astrolabe, a telescope, or more commonly, a staff. Trinimac, strong god of the early Altmer, in some places more popular than Auriel. He was a warrior spirit of the original elven tribes that led armies against the men. Buifia is said to have assumed his shape. In some stories, he even eats Trinimac, so that he could convince a throng of Altmer to listen to him, which led to the eventual Chimeri conversion. Trinimac vanishes from the mythic stage after this, to return as the dread Malakath. Altmeri propaganda portrays this as the dangers of Dunmeri influence. 𝕱𝖈, god of the forest. While Auriel, time dragon, might be the king of the gods, 𝕱𝖈 is revered as the spirit of the now. According to the Elves, after the creation of the mortal plane, everything was in chaos. The first mortals were turning into plants and animals and back again. Then 𝕱𝖈 transformed himself into the first of the Elnofey, or earth bones. After these laws of nature were established, mortals had a semblance of safety in the new world, because they could finally understand it. 𝕱𝖒𝑥is. 𝕱𝖒𝑥is is the god of ancestry and secret knowledge. He began as a scribe to Auriel and has kept track of all Aldmeri accomplishments, large and small. Since the beginning of time, he created his wife Ogma from his favorite moments in history. Mara, goddess of love, nearly universal goddess. Origin started in mythic times as a fertility goddess. She is sometimes associated with Nur of the Anuad, the female principle of the cosmos that gave birth to creation itself. For the Altmer, she is the wife of Auriel. Stendarr, god of mercy, god of compassion and righteous rule. In early Altmeri legend, Stendarr is the apologist of men. Sirabane, warlock's god. An Aldameri god ancestor of magic, 𝕱𝖈 aided 𝕾𝖈 in the fall of the 𝕱𝖈. Through judicious use of his magical ring, 𝕱𝖈 saved many from the scourge of the Thracian plague. He is also called the apprentice's god, for he is a favorite of the younger members of the Mages Guild. Additional deities with significant Altmer cults. Finaster, hero god of the Somerset Isles, who taught the Altmer how to naturally live another 100 years by using a shorter walking stride. 𝕱𝖑𝖑𝖔𝖑, the missing god. This creator, trickster, tester deity is in every Tamrielic mythic tradition. His most popular name is the Aldmeri 𝕱𝖑𝖑, or Doom Drum. He convinced or contrived the original spirits to bring about the creation of the mortal plane, upsetting the status quo, much like his father Padome had introduced instability into the universe in the beginning place. After the world is materialized, 𝕱𝖑𝖑 is separated from his divine center, sometimes involuntarily, and wanders the creation of the 𝕱𝖑𝖈𝖎𝖎. He and his metaphysical placement in the scheme of things is interpreted a variety of ways. To the High Elves, he is the most unholy of all higher powers, as he forever broke their connection to the spirit plane. In the legends, he is almost always an enemy of the Altmer, and therefore a hero of early mankind.